Hi, I'm Steve Erickson from MidlifeSolopreneur.com.
And I'm Jake Erickson from FlowCampaigns.com.
This is our daily debrief where we're going through what we worked on today and also some tips and useful strategies for you and in your solopreneur business. So today is the 26th of August and it's episode number
31.
So now we definitely reached the month mark.
Yes, we definitely have.
Definitely have. So at the moment, we are working on the summit at the moment. And we also having client work that's coming in.
So keeping busy.
Keeping busy. And at the same time, this episode is called Opportunity Knocks because basically we are having conversations with people and we're getting invited to doing things and we get more and more opportunities all the time. And one of the challenges you will have when you're a solopreneur and you have limited resources, either whether that limited resource is time or money or capacity or what it is do you go with it or do you say no thank you to an opportunity? And what's your take on that, Jake?
Yeah, I mean, I think when you're looking at an opportunity, you really need to assess it against what you're currently doing. And not only in your terms of your current workload, but does it fit into what you're currently doing? Because, what we say is we want to build a brick house on rock rather than a straw house on sand.
Yeah.
So the first real question is do I fundamentally have to change my business to pursue this new opportunity? In which case, the answer would probably be different versus if it's a, small extension or a new market that you're entering into with the same kind of product. So I'd say that's my first thought process there is, we really build on those foundations and really knowing who your ideal client is, really what your messaging is to target that. So the first question is, does the opportunity actually align with that?
Yeah, completely agree with that. And then the second part of it is, can you fulfill your current obligations? It is a very challenging thing to have to go to people and saying, I can't do what I promised to do for you because of new opportunities, new ways of doing things. Yeah. And that has to do with integrity and trust. And one thing I teach is being trusted advisor. So you always have to weigh that up as well. And then it's what you're going to gain from that opportunity. What will it do for your business to be part of that new opportunity that you have to weigh in on as well?
Yeah.
So, and that can be a very hard decision to make overall.
Can be.
Yes. So we've had some opportunity come our way today that will materialize over the next month or two or three. It's going to mean quite a lot of extra work. And we have to find a balance between making sure that our clients are not affected, that we can cope with the new business that's coming out and deal with everything else. And so here is my number one tip for when you have a new opportunity. I have talked before about the $10, $100, and $1,000 work. The new opportunity for us is to begin with the $1,000 work. And it will turn out to be a lot of $100 work as well. The only way we can do that is to eliminate the $10 work. So that is our biggest challenge now, because this opportunity is not going to materialize for a couple of weeks at least. It's more like towards October. So our focus for the next few weeks is going to be identifying all of the $10 processes, all the lower cost, do not generate money things that we are doing, and be able to find virtual assistants who can help us with that. Any other kind of expert coach, whoever can fulfill some of those tasks for us. To give you an example is that my accountant wants me to run the salary for the company, do the paperwork because it saves me money. And I go, nope, I don't want to do that. I just want to tell him I need salary, here's how much money I need, and be able to transfer the money to my account, to my personal account. I don't want to do the book entry because it's going to take 20, 30 minutes of my time that I do not need to spend on it.
Yes.
So that's just one small sample. Yeah. What about you, Jake? What kind of work do you think you could farm out to a VA in the very short term?
That's a good question. I mean, top of mind is we've been running the summit.
Yeah.
And so we've been working with two people that have actually been helping us find the speakers for the summit and coordinate with the speakers. And
which we are very, very
grateful for. So probably farm out there isn't the right word. But, that's an example of, it's probably not $10 an hour. I'd probably put that somewhere between, 20 to 40 in terms of where 100 is client work and $10 is kind of low value admin task. It's probably somewhere there in the middle.
Yeah.
And
it generates value because the value of the speakers being on the summit.
Exactly.
But it's also in a process we don't have to be involved in.
Exactly. So it's kind of like in that weird middle ground where the analogy kind of breaks down, but we're going to go with it.
Yes, absolutely.
But being able to get help with a process like that has been extremely helpful, and it's taken a lot of time off of our plates.
Yeah.
Actually having someone conduct those interviews with the speakers, check if they're a good fit, do a lot of the email communication with them, has just been a huge, huge help for us. So we are extremely grateful for that. And, as we plan future events, we're looking at some point in the future to do a challenge. Not putting a set date on that because we want to be prepared for when we're doing that. But for instance, getting help with getting the copy for the website up and running, actually setting out what the challenge will look like and making sure that we have all the elements in place beforehand will be definitely something that we're looking to get help with in the future as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, just to emphasize that, we are already working with one copywriter for the course that I'm promoting, starting again very soon. But we also have, we interviewed and will be engaging another copywriter, because just something like writing, whether it's swipe copy or it is writing an email to saying, hey, we are going to have a summit. Here are the dates. All the information that you need to get down, it takes up half an hour to an hour every time I have to sit and compose an email like that. And just getting somebody who can help just writing that it's incredibly useful.
Yeah.
So getting help every step of the way so you can take the opportunities that are coming your way, because opportunities will come when you start looking for them, when you are being proactive, when you're becoming a trusted advisor, when people like what you're doing and they will come to you and saying, hey, would you give an example of what an opportunity might look like is if you've been asked to speak at the summit, for instance. That's a great opportunity because you're going to spread the word about you. You're going to have people who listen and find out about you, and you're going to be able to build your list from that. So, but it takes, if you're a speaker for the first time, it takes a lot of time and effort because you have to prepare 45 minutes worth of content, maybe an hour worth of content, and make sure that you practice delivering it, etc. And when you're doing that, you don't have necessarily the time to do all the things that you need to do. So.
Yeah. And actually, that's a good point that I wanted to raise is, this opportunity came about through a connection we made through planning the summit.
Yeah.
So really, opportunity isn't something that just kind of happens to you. You need to kind of go out there and look for it as well. You need to be create your opportunities. Creating your opportunities. I was going to say creating opportunities to find opportunities. But going out there, meeting people, networking, and really making connections and and making your presence known. And offering something to the world as well. The reason we got this opportunity was because you're offering your clients a lot of value. Yeah. And that's the main thing that you're promoting is giving that value. And the person we made the connection with really liked your approach. Yeah. So they were asking, how can we work together?
Yeah. And so the opportunity would involve an opportunity for me to be in front of their audience and actually speaking about topics that I teach, because the person really enjoys what I'm doing and how I'm doing it. And therefore that opens the scope further for what I'm doing. So
Yeah, so that's our advice for today is when you have new opportunities, really evaluate them and see what you need to get done in order to make them happen. Whether that be taking some of those admin tasks off your plate, whether that be reassessing the current work you're doing with clients, but still fulfilling all the obligations you have.
Absolutely. That's the key point, I think.
Yeah.
Right, so thank you very much for today. It's been a pleasure being with you. Please rate, review, subscribe, whatever you people do with the podcast and things. So.
You people do?
Yeah, whatever you do, people. Yeah, it just came out wrong. Sorry about that. What we people do, should I say? I guess.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey. Look, we're doing this podcast because we want to learn. So at some stage, I'll get control over my mouth and be able to do a much slicker podcast.
Yeah, but it's not today.
It's not today.
So, that's us for today. So we'll catch you tomorrow.
Catch you tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.